Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. Today we're going to be in Galatians chapter 4, and I'm going to read verses 1 through 7, starting with the English Standard Version. I mean that the heir, as long as he is a child, is no different from a slave, though he is the owner of everything, but he is under guardians and managers until the date set by his father. In the same way, we also, when we were children, were enslaved to the elementary principles of the world. But when the fullness of the time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons. And because you are sons, God has sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. So you are no longer a slave, but a son, and if a son, then an heir through God. New Century Version. I want to tell you this. While those who will inherit their father's property are still children, they are no different from slaves. It does not matter that children own everything. While they are children, they must obey those who are chosen to care for them. But when the children reach the age set by their fathers, they are free. It is the same way for us. We were once like children, slaves to the useless rules of the world. But when the right time came, God sent his Son, who was born of a woman and lived under the law. God did this so he could buy freedom for those who were under the law, and so we could become his children. Since you are God's children, God sent the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, and the Spirit cries out, Father. So now you are not a slave, you are God's child. And God will give you the blessing he promised because you are his child. Okay, so being an heir. As Christians, when we accept Christ, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, accepting Christ is more than just saying a few simple words. It is understanding what the Bible teaches, and no, we can never fully 100% understand what the Bible teaches, but we can understand enough to know what we need to do. So we need to understand God's word, we need to be baptized, and we need to follow what God teaches. So, doing all that, and we become heirs, that is something that we should not want to give up. Because as an heir, we don't know 100%, but we know what is waiting for us. We know heaven is waiting for us. We don't know what to expect when we get to heaven. We just know it's going to be greater than anything we see here on earth. So, as heirs, do we turn away from God? Do we follow God? Obviously, we should follow God. As heirs, do we keep God's word silent to ourselves? Or do we share it with others so they can also become an heir and share in the same reward that we are working towards? Obviously, we should share God's word. It's never a good idea to keep God's word secret. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.